Bear with me as I get this set up properly. I still don't think that's good. So shove this over that way. There you go. That's good enough. All right, what's up, everybody? This is the second episode of the Nintendo Power Complete series, page by page, starting with issue 2. Okay? Look at this issue for a second. Just appreciate it. We have a decapitated Dracula. You know, nowadays that wouldn't fly. People would be a little too sensitive. Oh, that's not children appropriate. It looks like the monster's been killed. Well, yeah, the monster's been killed. It's a bad guy, right? Before we get into the magazine, though, I do want to shout out Castlevania 1. Freaking fantastic game. This is complete. Mint in the box. There it is. It's the original Castlevania. Now, of course, this covers Castlevania 2, not Castlevania 1. Ooh, what do we got here? Is that a little surprise I could share with everybody real fast? What is this? This came out of Castlevania 1. It's like a little catalog, kind of like a little mini catalog. Oh, and there's Simon's Quest, which we'll be going through with this magazine. Top Gun sucked so much balls, I can't even tell you. It just was a horrible game. Double Dribble. Yo, Double Dribble was the shit. I remember when you would get a dunk, it would go in like that freeze frame, like click, 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 click. Of course, that was way before NBA Jam. Boom shakalaka. He's on fire. He's heating up. That was the shit too, man. I fucking love NBA Jam. Alright, let me get this damn thing back in without bending it up too much. Or ripping it. There we go. Alright, so that's Castlevania. And it's worth mentioning that the Switch and also the PSN network and maybe the Xbox Live network has the whole Castlevania collection on it. Now, what I mean by that, not the whole Castlevania collection, but it's got the original Castlevania, Simon's Quest, Castlevania 2, Dracula's Curse, Castlevania 3. It's got Super Castlevania 4. It's got some other shit I never heard of. It's got Castlevania Adventure. And that's from Game Boy. So, and look at the cartridge size of this. I know I'm digressing and I gotta get to it. The Nintendo Power, but it comes with there's Castlevania, there's your Castlevania 2, Castlevania 3, Castlevania 4, Castlevania Adventure, that's that Game Boy version I told you about. And then there's another Castlevania 2, Belmont's, what the hell does that say? Revenge, that's on Game Boy. And then we got Castlevania Bloodlines, that was originally off of the Sega Genesis. And we got Kid Dracula, I have no clue what the fuck that is. And we got some notes. So you can get this rather cheap. And I think if you get it off of one of the networks like PSN or Xbox Live, you can get this whole collection I just showed you under 20 bucks. Can't beat that. All right, on to why we're here. Here is the cover. And I went through it where it has, you know, the decapitated Dracula, a skull, and of course Simon Belmont. Let's see what we got. Oh, I remember this. The kid on the surfboard with all the games. And tidal wave. You're riding the biggest, fastest, most powerful wave in video games. Powerful titles, powerful graphics, powerful choices. Right now, you can play over 100 blockbuster video games on your Nintendo Entertainment System. And the video game wave of the future is rolling in bigger, better, and more packed than ever before. Yo, how they were so ahead of their time, they had no idea how much it would blow up. And here's another welcome thing. This is exactly like the first welcome. It's basically saying, thanks for choosing Nintendo Power, blah, 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 blah. I feel like I should be a little lower. Let me see if this thing lowers a little bit. I feel like the camera's not getting... Nah, it doesn't lower anymore. Alright, I'll just try to make the best of it. Sorry about that. Alright, so... You know what, I'll just kick it forward. And give me the option. There we go. Alright, so here we got Bionic Commando, Life Force, Castlevania 2, Simon's Quest, a little bit more Super Mario Brothers 2, Renegade, RC Pro-Am. Who remembers that? That was good. That was like radio, you were doing radio-controlled cars. Go Logo 13, I have no clue what the fuck that is. Blaster Master, that's a pretty dope game. We got some video shorts here, it says. And that includes Xenophobe, Seacross, Superman, Indiana Jones, and the Temple of Doom, and a couple other things. We got some classics, Pac-Man, Joust, Millipede, Donkey Kong Jr., Galaga, Xenius. So this is just a little bit of what we're going to be going through in this magazine. First we got Bionic Commando. I honestly, admittedly, wasn't really a fan of Bionic Commando, so I don't really have too much talking points, but feel free to go ahead and pause this after it uploads to YouTube and check it out. Of course, it gives you tips and tricks, which is the whole point of Nintendo Power. It's pretty extensive what they're going through with this game. I just never could get into it. And if you could get into it, you know, share your experience with it. What made you get into it? What made you like it? Made you not like maybe some of the things? I just couldn't get into it. So I really don't have too much talking points on that. I do apologize, but look, it's pretty extensive. I mean, they're showing you a lot of the levels. So it's pretty cool. Damn, we still in that game? Is this still Bionic Commando? Hell yeah, it is. Damn, it must have been something back in the day. Ah, here we go. Life Force. I really enjoyed Life Force. I like the space games and stuff, and I'm really into ancient Egypt. So anything that has to do with ancient Egyptians, I love, and it just the fact that Tutankhamun, King Tut, was a boss, like, tripped me out. That was awesome. Fun fact, I know how to write my name in hieroglyphics. My dad taught me. My dad actually knew how to read hieroglyphics. He had the Book of the Dead, and it was completely in hieroglyphics, and he knew how to read that. So I know it's a little bit of a sidestep, but my dad was pretty impressive. This is more Life Force, and it's like a shooting game. If you guys remember R-Type, it kind of is like R-Type, and that's another shooting game. I have that for the TurboGrafx 16 somewhere, but you know, it's kind of similar to that. So if you're familiar with R-Type, it's follows kind of that format. I hope everybody can see the magazine well. Here we go. Castlevania 2, Simon's Quest. Now, why didn't I like this? I didn't like it because I didn't understand it. It was a little maybe too advanced for me back in the day, because it shifted from night and day, and then based upon the time that it shifted and where you were located, denoted what you had to do. And previously, uh, like on Castlevania 1, all you had to do was go kick Dracula's ass. And this one, it was a little confusing. I think they tried to get the Zelda angle where there was like towns and you could talk to people. So yeah, I'm not opposed to trying it again. And since I have this that has it, I can go ahead and play it at my leisure and maybe understand it now that I'm 46 versus when I was 6 when the shit came out. Here's all the different whips, which is kind of cool. And you can see right there, there's like kind of a map of the town that you walk through. It was just confusing to me. Maybe if I would have read this Nintendo Power back in the day, it wouldn't have been as confusing because it looks like they cover a lot in this. It's just that's intense. It's very intense. You can see, look at the maps. And that's a lot that you got to go through when you're a young buck. Just going through and trying to make your way. What the hell is this? You can tell it's getting late. This looked like this looked like to me a big tittied monster. It very well could be. But that's what it looked like to me. I don't know, I'm tripping. Don't mind me. Alright, so going in here. Just more. Oh, that's a really cool boss. The Grim Reaper. Take a look at that. That's pretty cool. I like that screenshot of that. More Simon's Quest. Wait, are we at the poster time? It's poster time. Poster time. What y'all think the posters are going to be? You think it's going to have to do with Simon's Quest? I can almost bet my left testicle it doesn't. So let's see what it does have to do with. It has to do with Bionic Commando. Let me make sure everyone can see it. It's kind of big. That's what she said. But yeah, there it is. Bionic Commando. Trips me up. They should have had a Simon. Oh, look at this though. This is a Simon's Quest map. So they kind of redeemed themselves. It might not have been a poster about Simon's Quest, but they made a map about it. And looking at this, I still don't understand. But I honestly, I'm going to revisit it because my interest is now peaked. And maybe, who knows, it might be a great game. I just know it sucked ass when I was a kid. Alright, so we got more Super Mario Brothers 2. You know, the first issue that we went through primarily had a lot to do with Super Mario 2. So, here's some more. You could just look at that and think of the music. It's like... Yeah, that was a horrible representation of the music. But anyways, you guys understand what I'm saying. I hope you guys can see properly with this light situation we got going on. I'm going to get one of those circle light things so the shadows don't hinder the experience. This is more Super Mario 2. It's pretty extensive. I love Super Mario 2. Even though it was a knockoff of a different game and they just shamelessly put the Mario characters in it and didn't even give credit to the original game, I still liked it. It was fun. Because back then, when you're a kid, you know, you're not like, hey, they copied. You just appreciate what you got in front of you. But now, you know, many years later, it's like, yo, that wasn't cool. Renegade. This is kind of like a double dragon game, I guess. The best analogy I could come up with. It wasn't too bad, but it was a clear rip of a double dragon. There's some more of it. Let me see if I get down so I can kill some of that light shit. So here we have RC Pro-Am. This is that radio controlled racer that I was telling everybody about. Tons of fun. Tons of fun. I remember going around the corner, it's like, you hear the little screech, which is cool. Here's an example of the track. The tracks weren't really like crazy comprehensive. They were pretty basic, but a lot of fun. And here's some screenshots of what it actually looked like. Some more tracks. Oh, we are in the classified information section, folks. What do we got here? Kid Nicky gives you a little thing, a tip on Renegade. You can go ahead and pause and read that at your leisure. I'm not going to read all that stuff because I wasn't really attached to these games. So I would just be reading verbatim, and that's pretty boring for me to do that. I only want to, talk about things that I have some knowledge on. Kid Icarus now. Ooh. Do I have Kid Icarus? I swear I have Kid Icarus. I am sure I do. It's somewhere up there. I'm not going to dig it out now, but I do have Kid Icarus. That was a great game. It was a little confusing. I don't know if you guys ever seen Captain N and the Game Masters. That was really cool. So they had Simon Belmont there, Kid Icarus, Donkey Kong. Who else was in that? Mega Man. That was a really good series. Captain N and the Game Master. And here's more of the Nestor comic, Howard and Nestor. Alright, so what we got here? Where are we at now, folks? The Counselor's Corner. Alright, so somebody has a lot of questions of Zelda. So let's read one of them. In the first quest of The Legend of Zelda, where is level 7? Okay. The answer to that is level 7 is easy to find. Wow, what a kick in the nuts. This poor guy or girl sent a letter to these mother effers and wanted an answer, and they're going to come at him like that. They're like, how do I find level 7? They're like, level 7's easy, you dumbass. They didn't say dumbass, but they might as well have. Alright, so level 7 is easy to find once you know where to look. I know they didn't answer like that. I'm very disappointed in that. So, alright. Level 7's easy to find when you know where to look. Well, no shit. Anything's easy to find when you know where to look. Then they continue to say, now that you've blown the whistle, you're ready to go. While studying the map of Western Hyrule, remember the clue says, go to where the fairies don't live. Since fairies live in ponds, look for a pond that doesn't have a fairy. This particular pond will have special interest to you. So I guess the pond that doesn't have a fairy is where level 7 is. What a dick way to answer, though. And then there's all these other different questions. I'll put it here so you can pause and read it at your leisure. Yeah, Nestor, you're a dick. That was not a cool way to answer a fan. Alright, so we got some more Counselor Corners. Super Mario Brothers and Metroid. Alright, let's see what the Mario question is. There are a total of 3 warp zones, and you can use them to quickly warp to the 8th world. Of course, things aren't always as easy as they seem. There are some tricky maneuvers you'll need to master, and they may take some practice. Okay. At the end of World War II, take the elevator up and jump over to the top. I think everybody kind of remembers this. Remember that those little tricks to get past things? So that's kind of, yeah, that was a nice answer. Let's see what the Metroid question is. How do I defeat the mini bosses Ridley and Crade in Metroid? Ooh, that's a long ass answer. I'm gonna read a little. I'll read it though. All right. So our friend Nestor says there are several ways to defeat Ridley and Crade. A few strategies we found can be very effective. The wave beam is the strongest beam, and it's very wide area of fire. Try to stand where shots from Crade and Ridley won't hit you, and use the wave beam. You may be able to shoot from below, but don't stand in lava for a very long time. Well, that's kind of makes sense. Another good method is to use your freeze beam to stop enemy fire and then shoot your opponent as he shoots as his shots are falling. I don't know. I mean, I could read more, but this answer really just kind of is a cop out. It's a sucky ass answer. All right, so going on to this. This is Go Logo 13. I've never heard of this game. It looks like pure elephant shit. It really looks bad. I don't even know what to say about this one, guys, because I know nothing about it. So I apologize in advance. If you want to go ahead and screenshot that or pause it when you're looking at the YouTube video, feel free. Blaster Master. Now that's something I remember. That was a fun game. You drive around in this little car, and then you could hit a button, and then you could get out of the car and go around and do what you need to do. So Blaster Master was a fun game. I never had it, but you can see just by all the different things here, it's a fun game. I recommend definitely going through it at least once. Excuse me. Alright, so now this is the video short section. We got Xenophone, Seacross, Superman, Indiana Jones, and Fighting Golf. Superman for Nintendo? I don't really remember that. Let's see what that looked like. Yeah. It looks like what you would expect it to look like. Very rough. Indiana Jones and Temple of Doom. Look at that. That's pretty dope. Then we got 1943, Jackal, Hudson's Adventure Island. Fun game. I swear I have that. And oh, I have it for Super Nintendo. It's called, what is it called for Super Nintendo? It's right up there. Super Adventure Island or some shit. Max, okay, whatever that is. Here we go with the classics. So we got Donkey Kong. We got Pac-Man. Joust. Who remembers Joust from Atari? It was like bloom, 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 bloom. And you're like your little bird that would just, come up from one of these levels. And you'd have to hit the button and it'd be like whoosh, 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 whoosh. And then you would knock off the other opponents, and then there would be like a ball that would fall. Millipede, of course, everyone remembers that. Defender 2, I played it a little bit, not too impressed by that. Wasn't a fan. This blew my mind. I guess it's called Xenius, or however you pronounce it. This first came out on Atari 7800. This one right here. And the graphics for it, for Atari, were next level. And here we have Galaga. Now, back in the day, you know, when I was just a wee young buck, I couldn't afford the Nintendo games because they were like $50. And my stepdad, he was a Galaga fan, so he bought it. So I was just grateful that he bought a game, and I became a fan of Galaga. I have that for TurboGrafx 16 as well, somewhere. So that's cool. Then we have Ghostbusters, I have that Mickey Mousecapade. That's fun. That's right here, Mickey Mousecapade. I got that. Let me show you. You know I gotta show you. I didn't know that was in there, so let me grab it. So here is Mickey's Mousecapade. That was fun because Mickey and Minnie followed each other. So this is a fun game, and it goes along with this right here. Good times. I did not know that they were going to bring that up. You never know what's going to be brought up. And of course, Link, Zelda, The Adventures of Link I have. I don't have to bring that out. I just got hyped for the Mickey Mouse one. Ooh, a lot of people writing in. WrestleMania, Track and Field 2, John Elway's quarterback, Anticipation, Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, Star Trek, Racket Attack, Bubble Bobble, California Games, Skate or Die. Oh my god, the arcade version of that. Skate or Die. Oh man, that was so fun. Sesame Street series? I don't know. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Oh yeah. That's up there too, fam. Don't worry. I have that. That's so good. Oh man. Fuck. I gotta grab it. I gotta grab it. I'm pretty sure anybody that's played this game has been fully traumatized by the water level. Remember the water level? If you don't remember the water level, there it is right in that picture. And if you hit the seaweed and stuff, it would be and if you have the Cowabunga collection that came out on all different formats, it's out for PS4, PS5, Nintendo Switch, Xbox. This actual full game is in that, so you can enjoy this. You don't have to worry about getting the original Nintendo and all that stuff because it's all right there. I love the artwork on this. I really do. Big fan of the artwork on that. When that came out, oh man, jeez. So many hours played. So many hours. Such a fun game. Alright, I'm gonna stop trying to get games out and continue the Nintendo Power, but I tripped out when I saw that. RoboCop, you know it's up there. I ain't gonna break it down. I had that from the last episode, the first issue. Alright, so here's where they do their little thing. I don't know. This dude always looks like a tool to me. I don't know. He just doesn't. He doesn't feel like he's got our best interest at hand. All right. Introducing the Nintendo Power Set. Do you remember the Power Pad? Yo, I remember playing the Power Pad, and it was just so wild because you bust your ass. You'd be like running in place and banging around, and parents be like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And they didn't know nothing about Power Pad, but that was really ahead of its time. What the hell is this? Rare, The Tale of Two Brothers. Oh wow! So these two brothers found it Rare, and Rare is a very prominent company. They helped make Donkey Kong Country, Killer Instinct, Conker's Bad Fur Day. I'm just rattling off a whole bunch of different ones that come to mind. That's an interesting thing. So I'll put it up here. So if you want to pause and read that at your leisure, please feel free. What's this section? Fall television preview. Oh, okay. What do we have going on here? We had TV 101, Night Watch, Dirty Dancing. Okay. And what's this? Celebrity profiles. Eric Dickerson, Ron Morris, and Sean Jones. I guess these are them telling everyone the games they liked. Again, you can go ahead, pause, and read that at your leisure. Mailbox. What is? Oh shit! This is where people put their full freaking name and address and where they're from. Let's read a couple of these. These are fun. Let me just scratch my neck. Got a little itch on my neck. All right, here we go. So, dear Nintendo, my friends and I wondering if we could make a game and send our idea to your company. Aw, look at that. And it has all their names right there, their full names, and where they're from, Lenexus, Kansas. So Nintendo writes them back and says, we are always glad that our video games are stimulating the imaginations of our players. Unfortunately, for various legal reasons, we are not allowed to use your proposals or send them to our product development people in Japan. I don't know, maybe it's me, but that's kind of a cold response because these are kids writing in. You know, motivate the children, motivate them. Say, you know what? I think it's, if I was writing back to these kids, I would say, I think it's amazing that you are inspired to create great video games for future generations. And I would, you know, advise them different routes to go in colleges, like Full Sail University in Florida. That's a really good school to go to for video game development. But not Nintendo Power. They said, tough shit. That's pretty cold. All right, so let's read another one. I'm just trying to see a good one. It says, please send your letters. All right, here we go. This might be positive. This is a punch-out poem. Dear Nintendo, Mike Tyson's great. The man in black. He's got more power than Little Mac. He can go. He can really go when he gets in the ring. He starts his moves when the bell goes ding. To get in the ring to play the best, first you have to beat the rest. You think Mike Tyson can't be beat, but if you have the strength, you can knock him on his feet. Yo, that's actually really fun. Let me read it without my stuttering and like my mess up. All right, so here we go. Mike Tyson's great. The man in black. He's got more power than Little Mac. He can really go when he gets in the ring. He starts his move when the bell goes ding. To get in the ring to play the best, first you must beat the rest. You think Mike Tyson can't be beat? But if you have the strength, you can knock him on his feet. That's pretty dope. Paul Woods in Janesville, Wisconsin. And they wrote pretty powerful poem, Paul. I have to agree, that's really creative and dope. Going to the next page. Here's where they like to post their high scores. I'm not going to read all that high score stuff. I'll just zoom it up. You can pause and check it out at your leisure. I love how they give you an example. This is way before, obviously, cell phones and smartphones and internet. You know, you had to go through all this just to post a picture of your high score. That shows dedication. What's this? Video spotlight. Power players. That's a lot to read. But basically what this is people writing in, and again, they have their full names and where they're from. I'll just read this one expert from Charlie Wiener, not Wiener, Waiter, whatever, Wiener sounds better. Anyway, it's getting late, fam. Just bear with me. All right, so Charlie writes in from Missouri. He goes, I think I am a power player. Before I play my first game of a cartridge, I first read the instruction booklet and study it for a few minutes. Then, before playing the game, I stretch out my fingers for 5 minutes. Next, I watch an example if the game has one. At last, I start playing the game. So my man does like some kind of almost like a yoga exercise, and that's not really a bad idea because back in the day there was a thing called Nintendo Thumb. Like, you know, if you were smashing the button a lot, and you know your thumb, you would just be dubbed Nintendo Thumb. All right, so let me continue. I've conquered many games such as Ikari Warriors, Rygar, and Super Mario's. I conquered Contra in 7 days. I beat Mike Tyson in Mike Tyson's Punch-Out from a friend. I conquered the first quest of The Legend of Zelda in 10 days, and I got all the pieces of the Triforce in the second quest, except for the one in level 7, which I still cannot find. Wow. So shout out to Charlie. I mean, that's pretty impressive. I ain't even going to try the front. What is this? Power player profile. So, very interesting. So, this is Pete, the natural. Pete the natural. When he wrote this, he was age 17. His favorite game, I think Mike Tyson's Punch-Out is the most fun to play. I like to beat all the boxers, but Mike Tyson is the real challenge. His outstanding video game accomplishment, I think I was probably most proud when I beat Mike Tyson in just 4 hours of gameplay. The reason I could do it so quickly is before I ever played the game, I watched a friend play. That gave me a good idea of what I was going to go up against. I beat most of the guys after a couple tries, and I beat Tyson after maybe 20 tries. The trick is to dodge quickly with a light touch and then come back with at least 2 punches. Special strategies. It's pure determination combined with know-how. Since I'm also a great computer programmer, I know how to fool them. I don't know exactly that that's an accurate assessment, but okay. Other interests, I golf in the summer. I play football in the fall with my friends. I also like to program my computer. My friends and I made games like Joust with kangaroos instead of birds. His future Nintendo games, I'm definitely going to get Double Dragon, Zelda 2, The Adventure of Link, and Ice Hockey. So there is that gentleman and his profile, which I just read. You know, that's pretty cool. Can you imagine submitting something to Nintendo Power in its height of popularity and you're being spotlighted? That's really cool. That's really, really cool. And it's, you know, he's there forever. You know, he's probably 50 years old now, and he's like, hey, I'm in Nintendo Power. All right, so here goes the top 30. I'm going to run down really fast. So in issue 2, the top 30 was Zelda number 1, number 2 Mike Tyson's Punch-Out, number 3 Metroid, 4 Super Mario Brothers, 5 Kid Icarus, 6 Double Dragon, 7 Ice Hockey, RC Pro-Am coming in at 8, Rad Racer at 9, 10 is RBI Baseball. And then 11 through 30, we got Contra, Castlevania, Goonies 2, Mega Man, Pro Wrestling, Double Dribble, Zelda 2, The Adventure of Link, Top Gun, which should not be on there at all, Rambo, Renegade, Wizards and Warriors, uh, Icaria Warriors, Baseball, Rygar, Excitebike, Kung Fu, Kid Nicky, Super Mario Brothers 2, Xanax. It's not Xanax, but it's Xanac and Pinball. There's a couple of these on this side that I really don't agree with, but I'm pretty on board with all the heavy hitters that they have there. So pretty cool. And here is where people send their I guess their high points. And we have players picks, pros picks, and dealers picks. Who gives a fuck about dealer picks? Pro picks and player picks, that's more relevant. Looks like the player picks is Zelda. The pro picks is, again, Legend of Zelda. And the dealer pick is RBI Baseball. Probably because he has balls. Coming up next issue, we got Track and Field 2, Blaster Master, and a giant holiday giveaway. Alright, let's see what the editor says here. Dear readers, we've learned a lot about the magazine publishing business while making the first 2 issues of Nintendo Power. It can be a lot of hard work, but it's also a lot of fun. We had to chase down pro football players en route to training camp and track down the package with photos of a Lamborghini, hoping that they would arrive from England in time. Yeah, I'm already bored with what the editor has to say. So there it is. Go ahead, pause it, and read it at your leisure. And send a friend to score-raising deep space with Nintendo Power. And this is where you would fill out something to share with a friend. And you can get a free power pin. It's exciting. So that is it. That was issue 2, friends. That was issue 2. This is on the back of issue 2. So I hope everybody's enjoyed it. So this is the second video of the entire Nintendo Power collection. Read through page by page. I threw out a couple tips. One of the real good tips are grab this Castlevania collection. It has all the Castlevanias that are worth playing. Of course, they're missing a couple, but it's definitely worth getting. And if you're a fan of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in any form, video game wise, get the Cowabunga collection. It has this entire full game on it. I pulled out Mickey Mouse Capade because they mentioned it in this issue, very briefly. And of course, I had to pull out the original Castlevania. So let's take one last look at the cover of issue 2, Nintendo Power. I hope you've enjoyed this live stream. I'm going to continue this. Please like, share, comment. Let me know what you think. I'm really genuinely interested. I want to know what you liked about the issue, what you didn't like about the issue, and if there's things that you don't want me to talk about, and maybe focus on other things in the magazines, let me know. Because this is an experience for all of us, and I want to make it the best I can. And until next time, this is Retro Nostalgic Nerd saying thank you so much for your time. Have a wonderful evening, everyone. Good night, and God bless.